Well, the end of the season is upon us, and the Phillies will finish up the 2018 season here at Citizens Bank Park. And even though they've struggled, particularly on the last road trip, we always say there is no place like home, where the Phillies have played quite well here in 2018. NBC Sports Philadelphia presents the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis, as we get set to wrap up the 2018 season with Game 1 here tonight. Jared Eickhoff will make his first start since last August. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. But even with the struggles the Phillies have had, particularly in September, they have played really well here at home during the entire season.
They sure have played really well here at Citizens Bank Park. And one thing that really sticks out to me is the offense. The offense really seemed to come alive here at CBP. Take a look at the numbers here, 47 and 31 currently. I'd love to see that number go to 50 and 31 at the end of this weekend, but we'll see how it goes. I just want to see some more offense because this recent road trip, well, it's kind of non-existent.
Yeah, this is the best record for the Phillies at home since 2013. You look at their road record, not so great. Even with the 0-8, they were well below 500 even before the last road trip started. All right, so we mentioned that Jared Eickhoff will make his first start since last August. I think everybody's excited to see what he can do in his final chance on the mound this season.
No, he says he's healthy, and that's one thing that has really plagued Jared Eickhoff in the last couple of seasons. It's been a long road back for Jared, and he really deserves this start tonight. All the rehab that he's had to go through, I've had to go through it twice. It's not easy. It's you have to really endure a lot throughout these rehabs. The curveball, well, we pretty much assume that that's going to be there. I'm looking for fastball command out of Jared Eickhoff tonight.
All right, so fastball command is such a big deal for Jared. He has spent so much time looking at video, preparing for each and every game. Even when he wasn't scheduled to pitch, he would go through his same regimen in order to be prepared, just in case his number was called. Well, tonight, his number is called as a starting pitcher. He's making his third appearance of the year. He'll face Mike Foltynewicz. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. By Toyota, tested, trusted Toyota. Let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. Atlanta Braves. Phils are wrapping up the season here at home. Jared Eickhoff taking the mound as the Fanatic calls everybody out onto the field to get this ball game started. Boy, it's great to see Jared Eickhoff back on the hill for the Phils. Let's look at the Braves lineup that he'll face tonight. Brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Ronald Acuna leads it off. He's in left field. Ender Inciarte will bat second. Freddie Freeman hits third, followed by Nick Markakis. What a year Nick Markakis has had. And he will bat cleanup. The Braves have something to play for. They've got to have a better record than whomever it is that wins the National League West. There are Jared Eickhoff's numbers this year. You kind of have to look past that and really to look at what he is accomplishing right now, just being back out on the mounds for the first time since last August.
His fastball velocity will sit about 91, 92. A very good curveball. We'll mix in a slider. Anxious to see if he mixes in any changeups as well tonight. 3-3 with a 2.91. Some very good numbers career against these Atlanta Braves. He's got to be geeked up to be starting this ball game tonight. And as you said, Tom, the Braves have a lot to play for, so they're going to be playing their lineup. Pitchers are going to be going deep into ball games.
Yeah, they are. Well, the story of Jared Eickhoff getting a chance to start for the first time is something that I know we're excited about. He's one of our favorite guys, and he was certainly on his way to being a foundation piece for this Phillies rotation. There were so many different diagnoses earlier. They were trying to figure out what was wrong with the hand, the tingling in his fingers. It turns out it's a nerve issue. And hopefully he can get a few innings under his belt here tonight against the Atlanta Braves. Ronald Acuna will lead things off. Acuna hitting .290 with 26 home runs and 61 runs batted in. Yeah, the first pitch of the night. A fastball that's in there, and it's 0-1. Jared's going to be, as you mentioned, Ben, around 91 miles an hour. Now, is that a tick or two lower than what he was when he first came up? Yeah, it is, but he can pitch this way because of his curveball and his slider. That's a foul ball. And it's 0-2. Good catch by Knapp, though, to catch the bat.
This is something. I mean, you could hear definitely a foul ball.
Wow. Not only did it hit the bat, but look at that catch by Knapp. That certainly wasn't intentional by Jared Eickhoff. And a curveball swung on and missed one away. That was intentional.
Missed that, Uncle Charlie.
And here's Ender Inciarte.
Location is great. Wasn't going to miss up over the plate with that. He bounced it. Knapp does a nice job of smothering it. Had some bite to it, didn't it?
It did. Jerry Lane was looking into the Phillies dugout for some reason after that pitch. I'm sure the Braves weren't happy that Acuna had that ball come up and in as they prepare for the postseason. Inciarte hitting .265, and he hits the first pitch in the air to center field. Roman Quinn and Rhys Hoskins are there as it slices back toward left center. And there are 2 outs. And Freddie Freeman is coming up. Gabe Kapler would love for his team to play well enough to finish at 81-81. That would mean they'd have to sweep them out. That one's hit well out to right center field, and Freddie Freeman has one off the scoreboard, and he'll pull into second base with a stand-up double. 42nd double of the year for Freeman.
They're not waiting around, are they?
Well, again, they still have something to play for. The Cubs, at least it seems this way, the Cubs will have the home field advantage throughout the postseason. They won today 8-4 over the Cardinals, and they have 94 wins. So the Braves can't catch them. The only team that can catch the Cubs when it comes to home field advantage are the Milwaukee Brewers, but they're in second place behind them right now. Here's Markakis. Markakis, 9 hits in his career against Jared Eickhoff. Got a fastball just a bit high. Oh no, he called it a strike. 0-1.
Very delayed call there by Jerry Lane.
Yeah, very different call than what Jerry Lane usually pops out of. It looked good enough to be a strike. A high fly ball to shallow left field. Hoskins is there, and the inning is over. A 7-pitch first inning for Jared Eickhoff. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We'll move to the bottom of the first. Atlanta Braves, game 1 of this 3-game series. Phil's trying to find their offense. This lineup is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Cesar Hernandez leads it off, and then Justin Bour. Odubel Herrera, good numbers against Fultonevich. I think we've been saying this all month long. Let's hope the Phillies get off to a nice, quick start against Fultonevich, who's had a fantastic year. He needs 7 strikeouts for 200. Brian Snitker did not tip his hand at all as far as how long Fultonevich would go tonight. You know, he's going to start game 1 of the postseason, Ben. But I think they're going to let him roll tonight and see how it goes. Yeah,
his stuff is there. 96.4 average velocity. But the page before that, you notice that opposition's batting average. It's just remarkable. 186 versus lefties, 211 versus righties.
Here's Cesar to lead it off. Cesar 6 for 24 against Fultonevich. And he fouls it back. There's Brian Snitker. His 3rd season, 220 wins and 225 losses. 40 years in the Atlanta Braves system. He's also been a third base coach up here in the big leagues. Fastball and a strike 3 call. 1 away here in the bottom of the first.
Now he needs just 6 more.
Cesar said that pitch was high. I mean, it did look in this day and age as a high pitch. That's 49 strikeouts looking for Cesar. The pitch cast presented by PJ Wheelahan shows it's right at the top of the zone. Well, I don't think anybody can complain. We've been saying all year that they need to widen the strike zone some and call that high strike. Justin Bour takes outside.
Such an explosive fastball.
And it's free and easy. duo is a strike, 2-1. Bohr overall 20 home runs, 59 runs batted in. He's going to finish the year with a walk percentage around 15% to go with the power numbers. 8 for 16 against Foltynewicz. The Phillies certainly had their eyes on Bohr playing against guys like Foltynewicz if the Phillies were still in it. I mean, obviously the optimum weekend was going to be that the Phils were still within reach in the division or the wild card. That did not happen. Inside with a slider, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. So 2 away here in the first. Time now for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. And the ERA leaders in road games. You figured DeGrom had to be #1, which also means that DeGrom's ERA at home is like 1.3 if it's 1.87 on the road. Aaron Nola second, Foltynewicz third. And then Newcomb, who most likely will be in the bullpen for the postseason, is on that list as well. Herrera swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
He is a max effort guy, Foltynewicz.
I feel like tonight he's more max effort than the other day in Atlanta. Does that make any sense? It doesn't. I mean, he's definitely max effort. But his arm slot for the fastball slider has become so good, I think.
He's a big guy, but this is straight violence.
And now the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, and he has just struck out the side. Where have we seen this before? Phillies go down 1-2-3. We go to the second inning here at Citizens Bank Park. '19 season ticket plan. By placing that deposit, you'll be able to secure your plan and seat location prior to the official on sale date. Go to Phillies.com/season deposits or call 215-463-5000. We begin the top of the second. Johan Camargo leads it off. He goes after the first pitch fastball, and it's 0-1. Eickhoff threw just 7 pitches in the first inning. Allowed a double to Freeman. Curveball, and it's 0-2. Jared Eickhoff is a well-liked guy. Even Jeff Francoeur, who was his teammate here, couldn't say enough about Eickhoff. But talking to a lot of his teammates who are also his friends, they could not be happier. Kind of like us, as that ball's pulled into right field for a hit. That Jared, after all this hard work, and we showed you the numbers, he did pitch in 2 games in relief, gets a chance to start. Adam Morgan and I were talking about it today. And Adam, I saw him last night when we got back to the stadium. Hi, Adam. He said, he gave Jared Eickhoff kind of a quick pep talk as he was leaving the ballpark. And I asked him today, I said, how cool is it to see him back on the mound? He goes, you know what, it's tremendous to see him healthy and getting a chance to go into the offseason with a start under his belt. He said, because it's different than when he was in the bullpen, because he gets a chance to prepare his body before the ball game, go through all of the motions that a starter goes through. He said nobody watches more film than Jared, even when he's not scheduled to start. He's always watching film to prepare for these outings and to make sure he's sharp when he gets a chance to be out there. And even talking to Aaron Nola today, Nola said that he was excited just being able to watch him pitch here tonight and finish off this comeback. There's still work to be done in the offseason. That ball is rocketed to right field. Odubel will go to the corner. Camargo's on his way to third. Ron Washington will hold him there. And it'll be second and third with nobody out.
And that ball was hit hard.
40 doubles now for Albies.
He's the little guy, but man, he can generate some bat speed. Gets his bat centered in a really good position over his head as he starts to attack the ball. Right on balance, and ball's rifled in the right field corner.
Well, here's Tyler Flowers. Adam was even saying to me today, he goes, it doesn't even matter what the results are for him. Just the fact that he's able to get out there, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 innings. And he's right. Because as you said in the open, you've been injured before where you're sitting out, and there's nothing worse than sitting out.
No.
Curveball.
We know how hard Jared Eickhoff works. Always out running poles or working out. And then when you get injured, you have to work out even harder, because it's not just, say you have a bum elbow, and it's not like you're just rehabbing your elbow. You're rehabbing everything, all the muscles around it, your shoulder, make everything stronger.
Another curveball. It's 0-2.
I remember going through, when I had Tommy John and going through that rehab, I was running suicides like we did in basketball. And I asked my physical therapist, I said, Phil, why are we doing this? He goes, everything's connected. And it is.
Well, and Phil will always tell you that everything's connected.
And Phil Donnelly's rehabbed many a Philly.
He's a remarkable man.
Yes, he is. And when you think about it, it really is. I mean, one thing is, it's all connected. It's one thing is going to affect the next.
What a 2 to Tyler Flowers. 229 with 8 homers and 30 runs batted in. Another curve. He lays off. It's 2-2. They appeal, and the first base umpire, Jordan Baker, rather deliberately says he did not swing. Fastball and a strike 3 called. Second strikeout for Eickhoff.
This is pretty much down Broadway. I think Flowers was looking for Uncle Charlie.
That'll bring Charlie Culberson to the plate. The infield is in now for the Phils. Going over the head of Ron Washington, 0-1. side. Culberson may be called upon, just as he was last year with the Dodgers, to pick up the slack at shortstop. Hey, there's Tomas Perez and Sal Fasano.
Sal's pals.
Curveball low, 2-1. Culberson, when Corey Seager was banged up last year, stepped in for the Dodgers. And with Dansby Swanson banged up, he may have to do the same thing here. He performed very well in the postseason. 8 for 23. That was after going 0 for 7 in the division series. 2-2. The championship series against the Cubs, he was 5 for 11 with 3 extra base hits. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curve. That's the 3rd strikeout for Eickhoff. Phillies action on the field is coming to a close this Sunday, but news surrounding your team doesn't end there. Authentic Phillies can keep track of all the team's moves this offseason with our insiders, found only on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com, home of the Phillies authentic fan. 2 outs for Fultonevich. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
He could see himself out of this.
Fultonevich does have 4 ribbies. He's maximized those 3 hits. You try to freeze me with a curveball?
I think you have to.
And they do. Swing and a miss. He didn't freeze him, but he got him to swing through it. And the side is retired. Eickhoff works out of a 2nd and 3rd, no out jam by striking out the next 3 hitters. We move on to the bottom of the 2nd. Tomorrow at 7:05, and then Sunday at 3:05, it's Fan Appreciation Day. A free PGW 2019 schedule fathead given out to all fans. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Braves and the Phils scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Well, we have 2 more games after today, and Sean Humpshire playing Aaron Rowans. You know, we do all those Ask the Phillies things. If Aaron Rowan was asked, who would you want to have play you in a movie? Well, Sean Humpshire, of course.
Out of the way, Humpy.
Humpy's one of our camera operators.
What a gamer.
I think he took the next couple of days off after that collision.
A lot of collisions in these. Guys getting run over, don't play.
Who wouldn't want to go over the wall, or, well, I don't know if they want to run into the wall, but. Here's Rhys Hoskins. Rhys 245 with 33 home runs and 94 runs batted in. Fulton delivers a breaking ball. Swing and miss, 0-2. Fulton fell off the mound. Popped up and out of play. Rhys provided us with our Geico quote of the day on why the Phillies should be attracted to free agents. If you're a free agent, you have some experience. You've got at least 6 years in the league. I think if that guy likes the opportunity to take on some sort of leadership role as a veteran presence in a young clubhouse, I think that's something that could be exciting to someone. Well, everybody knows how great it is to play in this city in front of these fans. In fact, Jeff Francoeur, who played most of his career with the Braves, but also played with the Royals, the Mets, and here in Philadelphia. We were talking to him tonight. He said, you know, this is one of my favorite places. He said, from a family standpoint, you could not find a better place.
Yeah.
We were just talking about free agents, and he was saying, because we were talking about some of the quotes that Jake Arrieta had and that Rhys had. He said free agents are gonna love to play here. A, because of the ballpark. B, because of the organization. And then, as Gabe mentioned, the resources of the organization. That one's hit well, deep to left field. Acuna's going back. He looks like he has room, and he'll make the catch. And one out here in the second.
He's out in front of Smidgen. Amazing how far you can drive a ball when you're out in front, but still able to keep your hands back. Just catching the bottom half. See how far out in front he is, but good swing. Now, getting back to that though, T-Mac, it really is, and it means a lot to the players. Obviously, we all know that money plays a huge factor in where you're going to go. But having that type of atmosphere, that family atmosphere, which the Phillies have always provided.
Yeah.
And a city whose fans love their sports. Flat out love their sports.
Carlos Santana. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Santana. A lot of young players who are evolving, like Jorge Alfaro on this roster. Rhys Hoskins, of course. Roman Quinn. Asked Roman today, I said, are you thinking about playing winter ball at all? He said, I don't think so. He said, if I didn't get as many at-bats as I have up here, he said, I probably would have thought about it. Carlos yesterday provided us with our giant home run replay.
He tries a backdoor slider here, and that goes way out to straightaway left field. Your home run replay brought to you by Giant.
Balls pop foul and out of play. Remains 1-2. 98 on that fastball. With Kingery on deck. Got him with a slider. 4 strikeouts for Foltynewicz.
Just when you know Foltynewicz throws everything so hard. Everything is hard. And you start to gear up for that 98, 99. And if you don't pick up spin, he's swinging over a lot of pitches. Facing someone like Foltynewicz, it's hard to really trust yourself. You think you always have to go get it.
Kingery was 4 for 14 against the Rockies. Up it outside. It's 2-1. Take a look at pitch gas presented by P.J. Wheelahans, and right on the edge of the line. That's a strike. 2-2.
Anxious to see how long Foltynewicz will go in this game, but whenever he's done, there's not going to be a whole lot left in the tank.
Swing and a miss. Well, he has struck out 5 through the first 2 innings. He's faced 6 and he's retired the first 6 hitters. We play 2 here in Philadelphia. On to the 3rd at Citizens Bank Park. Go to the fan section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Ben, the question is, which Philly hit a grand slam in the division clinching game versus the Pirates on this date in 1993? You got an idea on that one?
I do.
The answer will be revealed a little later on. It's 0-1 to Acuna. Acuna struck out his first time. 1-1. Boy, he does have a good curveball. I mean, he's been really he's been spinning it tonight.
Yes, he has.
He threw it again, and it's a little low, 2-2. When he was pitching every fifth day, he was implementing the slider to go along with the curve, just to kind of give him an additional pitch. But that curveball is still his dominant pitch. It was getting better. The slider really was. It seems like tonight, though, it's just fastball, curveball.
Yeah. Well, last season, 2017, he was 50.1% fastball, 32.6% curveball, and then really the slider made up that third pitch at 16.5%.
Swing and a miss. There's the curve again. 5 strikeouts for Eickhoff. Ender Inciarte is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, for the 9th consecutive year, NBC Sports Philadelphia has, in conjunction with the March of Dimes, has celebrated our shining stars. And it is just a terrific program in conjunction with the March of Dimes. And we get a chance to meet some really special kids. And it was a very special day here at Citizens Bank Park. I want to introduce you to a pair of twins, Sarah and Jason Kessling, who got a chance to be at the ballpark today and do all kinds of cool things. Now, here's Sarah and Jason, 11-year-old twins, and get a chance to hang out, play at the yard, do the rock climbing wall. Why not? Get all the way to the top, shoot some hot dogs as well. And this is all part of the 9th annual Shining Star Awards, because they are Phillies honorees. And after they got a chance to play out there at the yard, show off their own skills, they got a chance to meet Nick Williams, who will be with them throughout this program. And again, later on when the banquet is held, Nick is their Phillies honoree, and the guys, the two twins, got a chance to meet them along with mom and dad, Rachel and Matt, who are here at the ballpark today. Jason and Sarah were born premature. They were born 1.5 pounds was Sarah when she was born. Jason 2 pounds when he was born. After 4 months in the NICU, they were able to come home, and nowadays they just enjoy everything that every other kid likes to do. They enjoy playing with their friends and playing sports and getting a chance to watch the Phils as well. So take a look. That's the banquet, January 17th, 2019, when they will be honored along with 5 other kids from around the areas who are matched up with the other professional sports teams here in Philadelphia, the Eagles, the Flyers, the Sixers, and the Union as well, part of the program. So it's just a terrific night, and we had so much fun hosting these guys today. And they're out here, down here in the front row now, getting a chance to to enjoy the baseball game. They're sitting right behind me, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we actually we met Sarah and Jason, mom and dad. Actually, Rachel and Matt, mom and dad, and Sarah and Jason. Yep, and they came up to the booth. They were enamored by the telestrator.
Yes, they were.
Well, so's Ben. So
that's true.
Well, Murph and I had a chance to go to that event a couple years ago, and it is an unbelievable event. Do such a good job, and I couldn't believe how many people were there
at the event.
Oh, that's something, Murph. How many folks were there?
Oh, it's an awesome night every year, and as you know, it's the 9th straight year. This year will be the 9th straight year. By the way, these guys are not camera shy at all. Yeah, which is a great thing.
They weren't telestrator shy either.
No, they weren't.
In fact, the telestrator was, it's usually a red line. It was, the entire screen was red. And I have to apologize to Pete Mickelson up here because Jason manned the camera, and I still see Pete adjusting some of the some of the pieces of the camera.
Well, I think they're having a great time. And for folks that are interested in being a part of that night on January the 17th, early in 2019, you can go onto the website and take a look and get some tickets. It really is an awesome night to honor these kids that have overcome so much and get a chance to be a part of a lot of different experiences from all five of the professional sports teams here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, by the way, thanks to everybody with the March of Dimes for all they did to help Sarah and Jason. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Freeman strikes out. 7 strikeouts, 6 in a row for Jared Eickhoff, and he is through 3 innings in his first start since last August.
Man, he's got that curveball working tonight. It is sharp. Big old 12-6er there. You'd love to see this out of Jared Eickhoff tonight.
We'll go to the bottom of the third. Scoreless game. Our organization, and Austin Listy is the player of the year, and he was presented with his award by the Owens boys. Jeff is the tall one. He's the former basketball player at University of Pennsylvania, and Drew is the one with the beard. And David Parkinson, who we're going to talk to in a little bit, was the pitcher of the year in the Phillies organization. But Austin has been nice enough to join us up here in the booth. Congratulations, Austin, on a great year. I mean, it's those numbers. You know, there's a lot of numbers that stand out. The home runs obviously do. The on-base percentage. It was a fantastic year for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
It was what was I thought cool was Knapp rolls one up the first base line, is that you didn't miss a beat when you went from one team to another. And I'm sure that's important to you to be able to establish yourself at a higher level.
Right. Yeah, I had a lot of fun going from high A to double A. I thought the transition went well for me. I thought the pitchers were a little bit more consistent there in double A, a lot less walks, and I tried to take it one day at a time and just have fun.
Great place to play too, Redding.
Great place.
Yeah. Great little city, huh?
Yeah. Ton of fans, great place to hit.
Here's Jared Eickhoff, and Eickhoff fouls the first pitch back. How much did it help you that Derek Hall was there too? I mean, I know you guys have really good friendship. You played college ball together. How much did that help you that you had him with you?
You know, it's awesome. When I got drafted last year, he was in Lakewood. Him and David Martinelli, another DBU guy. And when I got moved up to Lakewood, it just made the transition that much more comfortable and that much more easy for us. And then, like, same with this year. We broke in Clearwater together. He got moved up about a week and a half, 2 weeks before me to Reading. And then when I got there, it was the same thing. You know, he made it more comfortable, and, you know, it's great playing with a college teammate, especially another hitter, because I know his swing really well. He knows my swing really well, and we're able to help each other out. And it just, you know, it's an experience that we're very blessed to be a part of, and you know, go through it together. You know, a lot of people don't get to say they can do that, so it's awesome.
Has professional baseball been everything you thought it would be, or more, less?
It's everything I imagined. You know, it's grind. It's doing it every day, which is awesome. I love it, and it's been so much fun, and being able to experience it with my family and you know, teammates from college, like you said. It just, you know, it's best job I ever had.
Don't have to go to class anymore.
Oh, that's the best part. Oh, man.
It is a pretty cool part of it that you don't have to do that anymore.
That's definitely the best part.
2-2 to Eickhoff, and he went around. So another strikeout for Foltynewicz. That's 6 strikeouts for Foltynewicz. Roman Quinn is coming up. One of the things that you talked about was the consistency of the pitching, but your power numbers really evolved this year. Was that something you focused on going into the season, or did it just happen?
No, sir. I mean, I didn't focus on power numbers. I knew they would come. I just tried to be consistent in my approach and get a good pitch to hit, and just let it happen when it happened. I didn't really think about it. Just tried to stick to my plan and get a good pitch.
Getting this award, what does it mean to you?
It's an honor. It's truly a blessing. I thank the good Lord every day for everything He's blessed me with. And when I got the call, I was blown away. I was super honored that the Phillies would pick me for this. I didn't think about it. I never entered my mind one time. And then when my AA manager Greg Legg called me, it was just an awe of a feeling. It's kind of hard to explain. And then this experience of being up here.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Getting to tour everything, go out on the field, and we're up in the suite. And, and doing this with the family here, is just special. And I know it's something my family and I will never forget. My son's here. He's only 9 months old, so he won't remember it, but he'll see the pictures.
You are lucky to be in an organization that truly cares about you as not only as a player, but as an individual and maturing and becoming really just a man. And you should feel blessed for that as well. It's a really great organization.
Yeah, I can't thank the Phillies enough. This is, like you said, a great organization to be in.
That pitch a little high, 2-2. What are you most comfortable at? First, outfield, Webby, where would you want to play? I mean, what's the most comfortable position for you?
I'm pretty comfortable at all of them. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm hitting.
That's it.
As long as I'm in the lineup.
Reese said the same thing when he's asked about playing left field. He goes, as long as I'm in the lineup hitting every day, I don't care.
Love it.
Well, listen, congratulations on a great year. Enjoy the off season. And,
yes, sir.
Maybe we'll see you in spring training
Thank
next year.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Austin Listy, our guest. He's the Paul Owens Award winner for the Player of the Year in the Phillies organization. We'll be back right after this. The fourth inning, Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Foltynewicz being congratulated after picking up his 200th strikeout. As we were saying, Phillies baseball is brought to you by the new Wheel of Fortune scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
"14 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around.
Yeah, Foltynewicz has 7 and Eickhoff has 7. And Foltynewicz is going to be done. I would think he was congratulated for his 200th strikeout a few moments ago, but we'll see. Nobody's warming up just yet for the Braves. It may have just been that he was congratulated for his 200th strikeout. Phillies have Adebry Ramos warming up in the bullpen. Nick Markakis leads it off here in the 4th. Pitch on the outside corner. There's Ramos. Markakis flied out to left field his first time up. Just a remarkable year for Markakis. It's kind of like the years he had when he was with the Orioles. 93 runs batted in, but 43 doubles. Three and one. Off the hands, 3-2, fouled back. Ramos continues to fire under the watchful eye of Jim Gott. Curveball and a strike 3 call. 8 strikeouts for Jared Eickhoff. This has got to be better than he even anticipated, right?
You think?
Because it's not like they're just swinging just to get the game over with. I mean, he's got some counts going here.
He's got some counts going. I mean, this is, see Marquette, talk about deer in the headlights. But the thing is, if you strike out a lot of guys, you're going to accumulate a lot of pitches. He's only got 48.
Curveball in there. It's 0-1. Camargo singled his first time up, one of 3 hits for the Braves. 1-1. Last time Eickhoff reached his career high in strikeouts, which is 10, was back in October of 2015 against the Mets. He has 8 through 3 1/3. To right field. Camargo lifts it toward the corner, and it is gone. It slipped right over the fence in right field, and Camargo has his 19th home run of the year. It's 1-0. Braves on top.
Pleasant surprise. Johan Camargo has been for the Braves.
That was just a crisp line drive.
Sure was. Goes back to that curveball, and it's up out over the plate.
Half a foot lower, it would have hit that fence and would have been in play. Now Albies, who doubled his first time. First home run for Camargo since the 9th of September. Drop to right center field, and Odubel will cut it off. Albies will hold up at first. He's 2 for 2. Well, those two guys have 4 of the hits. Here comes Gabe Kapler. That may be it for Eickhoff. 56 pitches for Jared. So that is it. Well, I'll tell you what, this was great to see tonight. I know he's allowed a run in this inning, but he pitched wonderfully and looked healthy, which is the most important thing. Jared Eickhoff gets a nice round of applause as he heads off the mound. Genuine HP toner cartridges from WB Mason. We'll deliver it straight to your printer for free. Nobody does it better than who but WB Mason. Well, they're lining up at Chickies and Pete's. That line never dwindles.
No.
Never dwindles. It'd be great if somebody that was out in that line would bring us up some crab fries. I mean, they're there.
They are there. Extra cheese.
Tyler Flowers up with the runner at first. And Aderbry Ramos delivers a fastball up and in. Flowers struck out looking his first time up. What'd you think of Eickhoff?
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
On so many levels, and it was just great to see.
I know the curveball was awesome, and he got a majority of his strikeouts with that curveball, but his fastball command was pretty good as well.
It has to leave him with a good feeling going in the offseason. Runner goes, pitch is taken outside, throw to second, not in time. And Albies has his 14th stolen base.
Pretty good pitch to throw in here, but you can see the really good jump there by Ozzie Albies.
Franny going over to chat with Jared. Outside, ball 4. Flowers walks to put 2 runners on with 1 out. And Charlie Culberson coming up. Swing and a miss at the slider. It's 0-1. Aaron Loup warming up in the bullpen. Outside. Last time we were in this situation, it was second and third with Culberson up and 1 out, and he struck out, and then Foltynewicz struck out. Foltynewicz is in the on-deck circle, so nobody warming up in the bullpen. So he'll go back out for the 4th inning. I wasn't sure if they would push him only because he's going to start game 1, but I guess they have to keep him sharp.
Yeah. Plus, they need this game. They need all their games.
They
to get
need
home
this
field
game.
Advantage.
That's exactly right. That one gets away from Napper and goes back to the screen. A wild pitch. 2-2. Andrew just turned his glove the wrong way.
Just have to be in a better position than that.
With a slider, right?
You got to get your butt up a little bit more and be in a position to block it. Now you take the double play out of order, and now runners in scoring position. You have to draw the infield in.
Broken bat, floater right back through the middle, a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Flowers. He's heading home and will score. 2-run single. And it's 3-0 Atlanta.
It just makes your job as a hitter that much easier. A lot of green to work with. This ball not hit hard, but still has enough eyes, that infield drawn in to get up the middle.
Yeah, it was a good pitch.
Well, not hit terribly hard, but again, an infield in. Flowers even scores easily from second.
Yeah, Roman plays a little deeper in center field because it wasn't hit that hard. Foltynewicz squares, and he bunts it. They'll get him easily at first. 2-4 on the sack. Up to second base goes Culberson. And Acuna is coming up. Well, now you have to be really careful with Acuna and not let this game really get out of hand. It's 3-0 right now.
Think he's glad to see Eickhoff out of the game?
Yeah, he was a little jumpy because Jared was pitching into him. Eickhoff 3 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. No walks, 8 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. He was indecisive, and it's 1-1. Acuna, most likely the Rookie of the Year in the National League. It's between he and Juan Soto. I mean, there are other names, as we mentioned the other night, that you could throw in there.
Deja vu. And the other day in Colorado. Just could not get on the same page. The other day it was Wilson Ramos. Today, Andrew Knapp.
Andrew being very deliberate with the hand signals. One and two. Got him swinging at that slider, which he may have gotten away with because of the velocity of the pitch.
Got him a swing and miss twice. I'd assume he'd come back with it again.
This one blocked by Knapp. Fastball, and that one missed outside. Some guys starting to walk off the field on that one. But that pitch is off the plate just a hair. Back toward the middle into center field, a base hit. Culberson will score. The ball gets away from Roman Quinn. Acuna heading to second. And it's 4-0 Braves. RBI for Acuna. He goes to second on an E8. Second error for Roman Quinn.
I don't know if this ball snakes on Roman, but I think Acuna's sitting all over that slider. That's going to be it for Edward Ramos. He just picked his head up off the ball.
So they'll bring in a lefty to face Ender Inciarte as Ramos will step out. Phillies trail at 4-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. We'll be back after this. icons and features such as live radio broadcasts, the MLB.tv game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Well, 2 of the runs charged to Jared Eickhoff. The other 2 are charged to Eickhoff Ramos. This is the home run that got the runs going for the Braves. Yohan Camargo. StatCast AI powered by AWS. A very light launch angle. All right, so Aaron Loop is on to face the lefties, and hopefully he's only facing one lefty. Ender Inciarte. Those are the numbers for Loop in the National League, a 5.40 earned run average. Acquired from the Toronto Blue Jays. Outside, 1-0. One in Inciarte. Off the third base line, and it's 1-2. How about how well Santana played at third base on the road trip?
He was great.
He was great, wasn't he?
Great. Make the fundamental play every time.
A bouncer to shortstop, and Kingery's up with it. Then Inciarte's thrown out, and the inning is over. The Braves score 4 runs in the inning, but she's still having a good time. Middle of the 4th, top of the order is due up for the Phils. They're looking for their first hit. Who about WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Phillies trail at 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, before the ball game, we mentioned Austin Listy was the player of the year, and David Parkinson is the pitcher of the year in the Phillies organization. What a year he had overall, 11-1 with an ERA of 2.24. And David joins us up here in the booth. Congratulations on a great year. First of all, the Lakewood rotation that you were part of early on, I mean, it was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
unbelievable. Yeah. But just to be able to go from one level to the next too and keep it going.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to feel good that you were able to keep it moving.
Yeah, it definitely felt amazing. It was a good year for me.
The rotation, did you guys compete against each other?
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't like anything that was like hostile. It was like pretty friendly, but you know, obviously you want to get better every single day you're coming out there, and you got a lot of guys out there that are also just as good as you, if not a little bit better. So it's good to learn from guys like that, you know, pick their brain, see what they do well, see what they don't, and try to learn from it.
I thought it was great watching from afar as Cesar hits a foul, because in minor league baseball, you don't always have that many good arms in one rotation, particularly at that level.
Yeah.
And I thought, I mean, Ben, you know that.
Well, every time we put the player of the week, I mean, the numbers that you guys are putting up down there are remarkable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is there anything, what would we say the one thing you really thought you got better at this year?
Game plan. I mean, I in college, obviously, my coach, you know, called pitches for me, so I didn't have the chance to kind of learn myself. And this year, I kind of really broadened my mind on it, and learned a lot from Bergeson, a pitching coach in Lakewood, and a lot of other guys who were just kind of around us for a lot of time. And I think that was the biggest thing that really took me that next step in my game. And it wasn't just, you know, having that game plan, but it was executing that game plan and sticking with it.
Was it easy or hard to get that, to learn that?
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, I didn't really think about it. I mean, it's just something that, like, it was almost like studying, you know, like you just got to go out there and you got to watch. So. Yeah,
I mean, it's and Ben's right. Every time we put like the pitcher of the week up, a lot of times, particularly the first half, it was somebody from Lakewood, and we're like, man, these guys are dealing.
Yeah.
So you get promoted to Clearwater, but you're still in a playoff race because you leave Lakewood and you guys dominated the first half. You go to Clearwater, you're still in a playoff race. Does that help when you guys are battling for postseason?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because it makes games count, and you know, people always talk about in minor leagues. You know, you're not really playing to win, but like that's what we do. That's what we do as an organization. We want to win. I mean, you're not out here to lose, and anybody that does that isn't in the right sport. I mean, it's not really what you got to do. And I mean, it definitely helps out. You know, there's a little bit of intensity in it.
That ball is crushed deep to left field, but it's going to stay in the yard, and Acuna is going to make the catch.
There's definitely some intensity like around it, and you know, I guess a sense of urgency almost, I call it. And it's a lot easier to play like that because you have everybody else surrounding you like that.
So I know from every pitcher, there's certain categories that you sit back at the end of the year and you're proud of. To win the ERA crown for all minor league baseball, what does that tell you? I mean, how does that make you feel?
I mean, obviously it makes me feel amazing. But honestly, I try not to look at that this year because I thought if in the past I've gotten too caught up in that, and I've really tried to, you know, you see it at this number, it's like it's a 3-2. Okay, well I can bring it down to a 2-8 if I do this.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And I try not to do that. I mean, like I've seen it, but I like try not to think about it. And I think by doing that, I allowed myself to like kind of stay on the same path that I was going.
Well, Duble takes outside. I was also impressed with strikeouts per nine, because I think even at the A ball level, to get swings and misses and to get strikeouts, I mean, that says a lot too, that your stuff's good. You know, so that was a number I was impressed with too.
Yeah.
Odubel, his first time up, struck out, and he takes outside.
What do you think of this park?
It's a lot bigger than anything I've ever been in. It's beautiful.
Had you been here after you got drafted?
Yeah, I came here when I signed.
Okay.
But I mean, I never really got the grand tour, I'd call it. But yeah, it's beautiful here. It's amazing.
So now you have the off season to deal with. What do you want to accomplish in this off season that you learned this past season that you said, you know what, I'm going to do this differently to even take the next step?
Honestly, just kind of carrying the routine that I've had. I mean, I've always been somebody that I pride myself in working hard, and I'm going to continue to try to do that, and I'm going to continue to try to get better in every aspect of the game. But I'm gonna try not to do too much, because I know that they talk about that a lot. You know, you can't make that giant jump. Like, you can't do that. You just got to progress, and you got to keep getting better. And that's the one thing I'm going to try to do, is just stick to what I'm doing and have a good game plan on everything.
Well, Ben probably can talk about this too, but is it tough to be patient from year to year? Because because I'm sure you look ahead, but is it tough to be patient?
It is at times. I mean, when you're on those long bus rides, you're like, I mean, I want to get going and stuff, but it's more the bus rides for me. But no.
That one's out toward right center field. Inciarte on the run. He's not going to get it. It's a one-hop off the wall. Cesar to third, being waved home. Odubel is going to stop at second. It's an RBI double. The Phillies are on the board, and it's a 4-1 ball game.
Hand-eye coordination on that. Out in front, but able to still barrel it, drive it to right center field, and Arte can't get there. You know nobody can. Take a look at the swing here by Odubel. A lot of moving parts here. But he kept his head down on it. Short hops right center field fence. He saves our scores easily.
Well, it's nice that the Phillies got on the board. That's the first hit of the night for the Phils. And it brings Rhys Hoskins up. One of the things that Joe Jordan, the former farm director for the Phillies, talked about with you is that you were able to set hitters up.
Yeah.
Was that fun to be able to do that? Is it?
I mean, yeah, because I don't consider any of my tools plus stuff. I've kind of average across the board. But I know how to use them. I know how to use them in certain counts. I know how to use them in certain situations. And I think that was kind of the most fun for me this year is, being able to pitch a hitter how I want to. Because I wouldn't say I was a robot, but I kind of was back in college, because, I had...
Ball's hit to short. Culberson's got it.
Because I had games called for me, obviously. And I mean, he knew what he was doing. My coach at Ole Miss did. But it's just nice to, have one specific to me, something that I know I can do.
Yeah, I think that's sometimes I feel like for any young pitcher, sometimes even up here, it's a lost art where you have the confidence to set somebody up.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the fact that you're learning it at such a early level, and you can bring it to that next level too.
Yeah.
Well, whether you're in single A or double A next year, what are you looking forward to most? Is there anything? Is it just because sometimes when you have a good year, sometimes it's probably tough to end that year.
Yeah. It was difficult to end. Especially how we ended it too, I'd say. But no, I mean, I'm just gonna, like I said, try to keep doing what I've been doing. I mean, I know I'm not gonna have a year like this every year. I'm not that stupid. But I think I can go out there and I can do what I've done, and look back on the results of the game and not think about how many runs did I give up, but how many pitches did I execute, and how many sequences did I do well. And situations like that, basically.
Bouncer over to first base. Freddie Freeman will take it to the bag. And the inning is over. David, congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
Really look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yeah, congratulations.
David Parkinson, our guest up here in the booth. The Phillies get a run. They're down 4-1 as we head to the 5th inning. Content on team news, community events, and off-season activities. Visit Phillies.com/social for more information. Dylan Cousins comes on to play right field for the Phils. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, and Drew Anderson will be the new pitcher. By the way, Jared Eickhoff went 3 1/3 tonight, 5 hits and two earned runs, 8 strikeouts. He struck out 7 straight, which tied the franchise record for consecutive strikeouts with Steve Carlton and Curt Schilling. Now that is something to hang your hat on. Freddie Freeman leads it off here in the top of the 5th with the Braves up 4-1. And it's 0-1. Freeman doubled his first time up and then struck out. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Anderson came in the ball game the other day in Colorado. I liked what I saw. Good fastball command, really good curveball. Good spot there.
A little low. 3-1 to Freeman. Drive out toward deep right field, and it is off the top of the wall. Dylan Cousins will play it in. Freeman goes to second, and he's there with his second double of the night. 43 doubles now for Freddie Freeman.
It's a machine. Of course, when you get into 3-1 counts with Freddie Freeman, got to challenge him. A simple swing, huh?
Markakis is 0 for 2. He's flied to left. He's also struck out looking.
Say Nick Markakis is the most durable baseball player over the last 13 seasons.
He plays a lot of games, you're right. There the 0-1. Curveball high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I think a lot of people wondered if he was nicked up more. You know, if the shoulder was nicked up the last couple of years, but he is healthy this season, and he's got it all together. 2,236 takes. Now 34 years old, former first-round pick by the Orioles.
I mean, his rookie year he played 147 games. One other year he only played in 104. But every other year in those 13 years, he was in the high 150s or low 160s. It's unbelievable.
Tip. He's down on strikes. 1 away here in the 5th inning. And Johan Camargo is coming up. He's already 2 for 2. Well, another chance to thank a member of our crew, Christine Connors, our stage manager most of the time, but also one of our audio technicians. Christine's more of a soccer player. Oh, she hit herself right in the face. So she showed me today that her eye was all swollen. I guess we know why. She bunted into her eye. She does such a great job. Her and Keita up here in the booth.
They're the best. I don't think Dave Didinger was giving her the best pitches either.
He wasn't delivering pitches as he normally does. Swing and a miss and a changeup. It's 0-2. Here's Dave's pitch. Our first baseman, Isaac Bennett, he was baseball ready. He rock it a little bit too much maybe, but he was ready. One ball and 2 strikes. Just stopping to do a little stretching, Ben Camargo. The curveball.
I was doing an awful lot of that myself today, stretching. Back's a little tight, T-Mac. A little tight.
That's what happens when you don't take care of yourself, Ben. Johan Camargo, 24 years old, from Panama. Home country for the great Rod Carew, the only Hall of Famer to come out of Panama right now. Upstairs, 2-2. Back in the 4th inning.
One of the few mistakes that Jared Eickhoff made tonight. Just a hanger there. Camargo's looking for it.
Just a bit low with a changeup, 3-2. Some of the players that came out of Panama include the great Carlos Ruiz, of course, but some others too, like I thought was, watching when I was younger, guys like Manny Sanguin and Rennie Stennett, Ben Ogilvy from the Brewers. That is a late call by Jerry Lane.
He's already into his leg kick. That was a great pitch.
Why would he do that? Threw him a changeup.
So he threw him a fastball when time was called, and that's come back with a changeup.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Anderson. Phillies pitchers now with 10 strikeouts in this game.
Climbs the ladder up and in. It's one of those pitches where you think it might be a strike, could go either way, but better than leaving that in the hands of the umpire.
Albies takes outside. Albies has 2 good swings tonight. He doubled in the 2nd and singled in the 4th. Anderson sitting around 94, 95 with his pitches so far. This has been a struggle for Albie. As good as he was before the All-Star break, since the break, he has 4 home runs, 17 RBIs, and a .231 batting average. Before the All-Star break, he had 20 home runs. These last several games, though, against the Phillies, not the first 2 in that series in Atlanta, but the last 2, and of course this one, he does look like he's back to where he was earlier this season.
And that's good timing for the Braves.
Well, we just saw that in Colorado. You know, the Rockies have several guys that were struggling the first couple weeks of September and are not struggling anymore. Got him with a changeup. 3 straight strikeouts for Anderson. That's 11 strikeouts tonight for Phillies pitching. We move on to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Braves 4, the Phillies 1. Minor league report, and it's that time of the year where there's a lot of postseason awards and nominations going out. Well, congratulations to the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. They were nominated for the Larry McPhail Award. Symbolizes the top promotional effort in all of minor league baseball. Huge party on opening night, 22 fireworks shows. Of course, the amazing Tyler and the hashtag LV wants LeBron night. Recipients will be honored at the 2018 Winter Meetings in Las Vegas, December 9th to the 12th. I don't think that's one person, Ben, do you?
No.
You sure? One person for 3?
And then chocolate chips hanging in there, but not the one with the jimmies on it.
Oh, uh-oh. There's a hand coming in. Scott Kingery takes outside. Oh, the eater has arrived. No turning back now. Fultonevich has allowed 1 run on 1 hit so far through 4. He has struck out 7, which means he has 200 strikeouts for his career, or for his season, I should say. That one went off the foot of Kingery, or leg. And it's 2-1.
Ooh, left kneecap.
Side 3-1. Kingery struck out his first time up. As we mentioned, one of 7 strikeouts for Foltynewicz. Sharply toward the hole, diving stop by Camargo, and from a knee throws out Kingery. Nice play by Johan Camargo.
Put a lot on it from his just that one knee. Able to get the speedy Scott Kingery. Camargo ranging to his left. Nice stretch here by Freddie Freeman as well.
You got to hurry with that throw too, because Kingery runs so well. And now Knapp, who hit one up the first base line his first time up, that was fielded by Foltynewicz. Colorado and Washington are underway. They're in the 2nd inning, and the Rockies are threatening against the Nationals. Milwaukee and Detroit are tied at 3. That game's in the 2nd inning. Los Angeles will be in San Francisco a little later on. How about the Giants? They held Bumgarner for an extra day so he would face the Dodgers. That rivalry still means something, even though the Giants are well out of the race.
There'll be any antics tonight with Bumgarner and Puig.
If it happens, it'll happen a little later on. I don't think Bumgarner will want to leave too early. Major League Baseball did make provisions in case there's a tie in either the Central or the West or both this weekend. Snap fouls it again. If there's one game that needs to be played, which means if there's one tiebreaker, whether the Central or the West, or even for the wild card, for that last spot in the wild card, it'll be played on Monday at 4:09 Eastern time. Knapp is out front. He strikes out. That's strikeout number 8. So if it's the Brewers and the Cubs for the National League Central title, it'll be in Chicago. If it's the Rockies and the Dodgers for the West title, it'll be in Los Angeles. Or if there's a tiebreaker for the wild card, last wild card spot, between the Cardinals or the Rockies and Dodgers, either one, whoever doesn't win the division, that'll be in St. Louis. Now, if there's 2 games scheduled to be played, well, then you got an action-packed day. Cousins takes a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. You got 1:05 Eastern and 4:09 Eastern. I, for one, vote for 2 tiebreakers. Let's get some baseball going on Monday.
There are a lot of close races. It's incredible.
Cousins fouls it, remains 0-2.
And these teams that are in it
to win it,
always in it to win it. But think about how many of them are saying, man, if this would have gone differently in this game or that game, or that's why you have to play every game, every inning.
Well, I have to admit that going into the Braves series last week when the Phillies still had a chance, I think all of us were thinking if we could have had this game, like that opening game against the Braves, or a couple others. But then the road trip happened. That was a changeup from Foltynewicz.
And he throws that 6% of the time. Good take there by Dylan Cousins.
2 to Cousins.
Yard is mobbed.
Yeah, it is. Swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 fifth inning for Fultonevich. He has 9 strikeouts tonight. We'll head to the 6th inning. 4-1 Braves. Week are finishing off a very productive season. Aaron Nola became the first Philly since 2013 to strike out more than 200 hitters. His 16 wins are the most since Cole Hamels' 17 in 2012. And he sits among the NL leaders in almost every category. Rhys Hoskins became the first Philly with 90 RBIs, 80 walks, 30 doubles, and 30 home runs in a season since Bobby Abreu in 2004. And he became the second fastest Philly to reach 50 career home runs. 2018 has seen some great performances. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, we go to the top of the 6th inning, and the Phillies trail at 4-1. Drew Anderson will face Tyler Flowers to begin the 6th. Anderson allowed 1 hit, struck out 3 in his 5th inning of work. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. By the way, the Marlins lead the Mets 3-1 in the top of the 6th inning. Why do we care about that? Well, because the Phillies are only 3 games ahead of the Mets in the division. A high fly ball to center field. Roman Quinn is a couple steps from the track. And 1 out here in the 6th inning. That'll bring Charlie Culberson up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, over the past week, we've been looking at some of the major awards being handed out to Major League Baseball. We're on the American League, and we're talking Rookie of the Year now for the American League. It's our T-Mobile built for baseball, and, well, got a couple candidates. Some rookies that had terrific seasons in the American League. We'll start with Shohei Ohtani, who has done it both as a hitter and a pitcher, which is just remarkable in and of itself. You see his numbers there, 10 starts as a pitcher, an ERA of 3.31. How about the year Miguel Andujar has had for the Yankees? 296, 27 home runs, and 90 RBIs as a rookie. His teammate Gleyber Torres, 274, 23 home runs, 73 RBIs. And how about the pride of Westchester, Joey Wendell? He had a terrific year as well for Tampa Bay. His WAR, 4.4. Wins above replacement for Joey Wendell in his first year down there in Tampa. So it's a pretty wide open race. It's going to be interesting to see how the voters decide on Ohtani and his numbers, both offensively and as a pitcher, with the guys who are just doing it offensively.
Quite honestly, I know that this won't be a popular opinion in New York, but I don't know how you can give it to anybody but Ohtani, to be honest. I mean, 22 home runs and 10 games on the mound, and an ERA on the mound as a starter of 3.5. So to me, I don't think it's a race. I think it's his. Now, I could be way wrong. Most people in New York think it's going to be between Andujar and Torres, but I think that Ohtani should win it.
See, I think it's Andujar. And
you never like pitchers, though.
well,
there's some truth to that.
I didn't like some pitchers. No, I just think Andujar, you see Jesse Biddle getting loose. I just think that what he's meant to that lineup, you know, with Judge being out, and Torres started off, he was hot as a firecracker, but he kind of cooled off a little bit, but plays a very good second base. But I'm just looking at Andujar, and, you know, there's OPS is there. He's a special player. My heart wants to give it to Joey Wendell.
Of course you do.
Sure.
Your heart, Bob Stempo's heart.
That's right.
I got to agree with Tom, though. I think if you just look at the offensive numbers from Ohtani, he'd be in the conversation if it was just as an offensive player. He may not win it if it was just his offensive numbers, but we'd be talking about it.
Yeah,
and then you add in his pitching numbers on top of it.
That to me is, again, I could be wrong. His OPS is better than Andujar's. Ohtani's is. Yeah. You're not going to. When will we see a two-way player with that ability again? I mean, we might see the kid from the Reds. He might do it, but I think he's going to wind up just pitching. But
and a two-way dominant player. I mean, he was really good on both sides.
It's going to be good. I think it's going to be a great race. I mean, I really do. I think it's interesting to see whether Torres and Andujar, whether they split the vote at all from a New York standpoint. But I'm excited to see that one. I'm excited to see if it opens up anybody else to have the ability to do both.
Right.
You know, if there's a team that will allow a guy to do both. He's way better than I ever imagined he would be. You know, I watched a lot of video on him last year in Japan, but you know, in the Japanese leagues, it is still a different league. It's not the big leagues, but he's done things way better than anybody than I could have imagined.
And they're definitely going to miss his pitching next season, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up playing maybe a different position. Maybe he plays in the outfield.
He could.
You know,
well, the only reason I don't think it'll happen next year is because he's coming back from the Tommy John surgery. But he may eventually do that.
I'm saying maybe 3/4 of the way through the season.
He could.
You know, I will say I am more impressed with his pitching than I am with his offense. Because I think you want to talk about swing and miss stuff and explosive stuff. Whew.
The other thing too is though, if he had been given the freedom to play a little bit more, he'd have 30 home runs.
And how about him just completely abandoning that giant leg kick that he had? Basically, it was just, you know,
making him late.
We see a lot of the Japanese players, they come over with that style of hitting, and he just went, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I'm late on a lot of pitches. It's a different way of pitching over here. And he just went to basically, he was lifting his heel, kept his toe on the ground, lifted his right heel up and down, and that was it.
A 1-2 Acuna. Bouncing ball left side, backhanded by Kingery. And in time, 6-3 on the putout. No runs, one hit, and one man left. Middle of the 6th inning. Braves 4, Phillies 1. or more on car insurance. Braves 4, Phillies 1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Time now for a Coors Light refreshing finish. Well, Fultonevich in line to get his 13th win tonight unless the Phils mount a comeback, but he was electric tonight.
Yeah, good riddance to Mike Fultonevich. Jesse Biddle comes in this ball game, 9 punch outs, 0 walks, just the 1 hit. And the 1 run that scored was a hit batter to Cesar Hernandez, but talk about explosiveness. My goodness, he had it going tonight.
Fastball was 98 miles an hour at its best. And now Jesse Biddle. He's had a good year, 3.16 ERA. Former first-round pick of the Phils. And Roman Quinn tries to bunt his way on. Side 1-1. I think this weekend is a big one for Jesse, not only because he's coming back home to Philadelphia and he's got friends and family who are here, but his last 2 outings, one against the Phils, one against the Mets, he's allowed 3 runs. 1-2.
Jesse, one of 6 lefties in the Atlanta Braves bullpen.
Yeah, and they're trying to sort out what their pen's going to look like for the postseason. So we're going to miss at Roman Quinn, who has struck out for the 2nd time. And for Jesse, the month of September, his ERA is 8.64. That's a good pitch.
Good curveball.
That strikeout, by the way, for Roman Quinn was the 10th in the game for Braves pitching. It is the 77th time this year that the Phillies have struck out at least 10 times in a game. Somebody made a nice play. Can't amend the fans' plays of the year, though.
No. It's not like the addendum that Murph makes to his notebook from time to time. You cannot do that with the fans' plays of the year.
Graphics, yes. Videos, no. Inside, ball 4, and Cesar, who was hit by a pitch his last time up, walks in this at bat. Another chance for us to say thank you to our buddy Joe Kennedy. Some folks call him Gus. I think he opened up a little too much on that one. A little less on that one, but a little stiff. Joe's out doing some football this weekend, so we will not see him, but always love having Gus up here in the booth.
Some strong wrist. Throw that bat like that.
Way to promote the positive, Ben. That last swing was pretty good.
Yeah.
Here's Bohr. He flied out his last time up and struck out his first time. Justin Bohr twirling his bat like Joe Kennedy. Over to first base, Freddie Freeman will tag out Justin Bohr. And Hernandez up to second. And here comes Jose Bautista, who will pinch hit for the pitcher. Nice outing for Anderson.
That rocket he hit yesterday, a hanging breaking ball.
The glove of Flowers, and Hernandez trots over to third. That is the 8th pass ball of the year for Flowers. Is he crossed up, or did that ball just not break where he thought?
Yeah, the ball just ate him up. He challenged him.
Shane Carl warming up in the bullpen. Phillies still have Adam Morgan loosening up in the pen. It was awfully close to being a strike, but it was dropped by Flowers.
Flowers, one of the league leaders in pitch framing. Tried to steal one there.
He doesn't know where to go. He's so excited. Bouncer over to third. Camargo with an Olay. Phillies leave one over at third base here in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We'll go to the 7th. Braves up 4-1. Montgomery. Well, the Braves put a 4-spot up in the 4th inning. And that's the only inning that they have scored, and the Phillies have scored. Phillies have 1 hit tonight. That is it. Jared Eickhoff, though, he's a bright spot this evening. 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts in 3 1/3. 7 consecutive strikeouts. I mentioned that matched a franchise record. Steve Carlton did it against the San Diego Padres in 1981. And then Curt Schilling did it against the San Francisco Giants in 1996. Ciarte takes outside from Adam Morgan. And a base hit it to center field for Inciarte. He's 1 for 4. Time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. What Philly hit a grand slam in the division clinching game against the Pirates on this date in '93?
Awesome, awesome game, and that would be the one and only Mariano Duncan.
That is correct. Log back on to Phillies.com. Find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
Quick story about Mariano Duncan. One time we were down at the vet, and it was for one of the Phillies camps, and we're down there, and to be honest with you, I don't know how I acquired them, and no, I did not steal them, but I went home with a pair of Mariano Duncan spikes.
How old were you?
I was probably 11 or 12.
You stole them.
I did not.
You snuck right into the clubhouse.
And I wore them. They were like the same size. They were ponies, they were high tops, and I'm telling you, it was like the highest height. They would have been like my calf, and they had the longest spikes on the bottom. I don't know how I acquired them.
How were you able to wear spikes though at that age?
I must have been older because they were metal spikes.
Okay.
So I couldn't wear metal until I was 13 in Teener League. But I had a pair of Mariano Duncan spikes.
Runner goes. Knapp's throw to second is in time. Right at the bag. Good throw, Andrew.
Andrew throws, so you know what? I'll tag him. Just hold your glove out. Good transition. Gained just enough ground there. How about it? Literally the only throw that would have gotten him. But I remember wearing these Mariano Duncan spikes, and I wore them until literally my big toe was going through the end.
Where are they now?
In the trash.
Oh. I thought you'd keep them, though. They're Mariano Duncans. No?
No. I mean, there's nothing left of the bottoms.
How do you not remember how you got them?
I really don't. Like, maybe they were in the trash or something. I really don't know.
You stole them.
I didn't.
Who was with you? Was Glenn with you?
Most likely, yeah.
Let's get him on the phone and see if he remembers what happened. What did Glenn steal?
Steal them.
3-1 pitch. Inside ball 4. Freeman walks. And that will bring Nick Markakis to the plate. Sunday at noon, tune in to NBC Sports Philadelphia for the analysis of Ray Dittinger and the rest of the Eagles pregame live crew. Following the game, head over to our Plus channel to hear from them, the players, the coaches, and more on Eagles postgame live and endgame. Bookend the Birds this Sunday with both NBC Sports Philadelphia. Markakis is 0 for 3. He's flied out and he has struck out twice. He lines one, picked on one, hot by Kingery. Quick toss to second, and that's all they'll get. That pole was hit so hard that Cesar was nowhere near the second base bag when the toss happens.
And Kingery is hitting his receiver across the middle.
So fielder's choice. Phillies are taking a look at it. They may have gotten him. We'll see.
It's just with all his momentum, Cesar's momentum going, just hard to get enough on the throw. Woo.
Dave Kepler saying to take a look at it. So Jerry Lane will head over.
That is going to be awfully tough.
Man, Jordan Baker is really tall.
He is.
He's the umpire to the left because Jerry Lane is not a small person. See Markakis as he gets close to the bag. I think he's out. That angle, it almost looks like he's out. And they have signaled that he is safe at first. There we go.
I'd like to see maybe Justin get extended a little bit more. Seems like he caught the ball back and reached out a little bit farther with his mitt.
That was really close.
Very close.
The fans saw the replay over and over and over again, and they booed a little bit when that call was made. Here's Camargo batting right-handed. He's 2 for 3. To left field. That'll be the 3rd hit of the night for Camargo. The Braves have 2 on with 2 outs here in the 7th for Ozzie Albies. Colorado has taken a 1-0 lead over Washington. That game's in the top of the 4th inning. That game's going to be close. It's not going to be over. It's going to be close to being over, though, when the Dodgers and the Giants face off in about an hour. So the Dodgers may know whether they're a game and a half out or a half game out. I think the team that has it the toughest this weekend, the Cardinals. I mean, partly because they're behind everybody,
right?
But they have the Cubs that they're facing. Cardinals are currently a game and a half behind the Dodgers for the 2nd wild card spot. Milwaukee already has at least the wild card. And it's funny, the Nationals are kind of playing along, because if the game matters on Sunday, Scherzer is going to pitch. I still think he may pitch anyway, even if the game doesn't matter.
Knowing the kind of competitor that he is.
Left side, backhanded by Kingery, and he has to zip the throw over, and it's off the glove of Bohr. A run will score. Going to third is Camargo, and it's now 5-1. Second error of the night for the Phils. And the error allows the runner to score. We'll wait and see if it also puts Albies at first base.
Kingery knows he's got to rush it with the speed of Albies.
Ball hit the lip.
Hit his backhand.
Yeah. It hit the lip of the grass, didn't take the hop I don't think Bohr expected.
I was thinking that might be a hit for Albies, but
it could be. And then, but there's still an error. E6 all the way, so 13th error. And Flowers takes outside. Another chance on the left side, and Santana gobbles it up. And that wraps up this 7th inning. A run does score. It's an unearned run. Charge to the line of Adam Morgan. Time to stretch with the Phillies trailing at 5-1. Mostly by the Braves was done in the 4th inning. This home run by Johan Camargo was then followed by this base hit up the middle as Albies crosses the plate. And then Acuna able to serve one into center field that was kicked by Biddle. It didn't matter though. Culberson was going to score anyway. And those are Toyota turning points of the game. 5-1 Atlanta as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Brad Brock will take over. Brock acquired from the Orioles earlier this year. 1-2 with a 1.59 ERA with Atlanta. He's a Jersey kid out of Monmouth University. Played summer ball with the Freehold Clippers.
Monmouth, is that northern Jersey or southern? Central Jersey.
Central Jersey. Former 42nd round pick by the San Diego Padres. And Brock will face Rhys Hoskins, Carlos Santana, and Scott Kingery. Two balls and no strikes. Brock is now in his 8th year in the major leagues. I think anytime you see 42nd rounds, it kind of tells you that it really doesn't matter where you get drafted. I mean, something clicked for him that enabled him to get to the big leagues as a 42nd round pick.
And have a ton of success at the big league level.
Yeah. 18 saves in 2017, an all-star in 16. Hoskins sounded like he broke his bat on that one hopper to third. And with one away, it'll bring Carlos Santana to the plate. Another thank you to our crew out at the yard. Well, Dean Kaminsky is not with us this weekend. He's doing NASCAR. He's trying to get some launch angle. He almost had that one. Mike Miller jammed him. Dean is normally over in our third base camera up on the concourse. Jim Ringen is over there tonight. Santana out front 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Santana. Carlos has struck out. He's grounded out. And that runs away. 2-2. And a strike 3 called. Santana, it doesn't happen that often. He's down looking for the second out. And Kingery's coming up. Well, Jimmy Salome. Well, he looks like he's ready for some action. Jimmy, a lot of times you'll see him up here in the booth with us and over the production cavity, running all over the place as a production assistant. Cuts hair by day. Look at that shot. Wow. Tonight, he's on camera in the first base dugout. What's up, Jimmy? Oh, he's concentrating.
That's a very aggressive swing there by Jimmy.
That is, I think that's the most low-key I've ever seen Jimmy, is that wave right there.
He's got a job to do, Tom.
Jimmy, I dare you to look at us. Look at left field. Look at left field. I dare. Come on. Just do it. No balls and 1 strike. Dirt, 1-1. Jimmy, the fanatic is right over your head.
That was the 22nd strikeout combined in this ball game tonight.
One ball and 2 strikes to Scott. That is one intense look. Man.
Stoic.
Total focus. I don't even know who he is.
Where's the real Jimmy Solomon?
We should get Matt to like pull his leg or something. A true test of working low first. Camera. Two balls, two strikes to Kingery. A bouncer to third. Camargo up with it. Phillies go down in order again. We have played 7 innings. We'll get him to smile. We'll get him to wave. We'll get him to move. Mike Miller's not going to want to hear me say this, but that could be the best swing we've seen so far. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Top of the 8th inning. Phillies trail at 5-1. Time now for our Hyundai defensive play of the game. And Johan Camargo, nice play in the 5th inning.
Off the bat, Scott Kingery gets to it. Off the one knee. Fires a strike on to Freddie Freeman. Nice stretch over there. There's your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Culberson has 2 RBIs tonight. As we said, he's playing for Dansby Swanson. As you look at Garcia's numbers, Swanson has a ligament issue. We mentioned the other day. He's done for the regular season. They are really hoping that he can come back for the postseason. Brian Snitker said the other day that it's an injury that he's dealt with. It's probably more severe now. Well, it is more severe now. But Culberson has good numbers. In fact, 12 home runs and 45 runs batted in. Nothing to sneeze about, particularly in this lineup. I think the key would be, can he play shortstop the way Dansby Swanson has played it this year? One and two. balls and 2 strikes. That's a strike 3 called. One out here in the 8th inning. And Preston Tucker was out of the on-deck circle. He's going to come up and pinch hit for the Braves.
Fastball here. Take a look at our pitch cast brought to you by PJ Wheelhands. Culberson looking for that slider.
Tucker 226 with 6 home runs. And that average will go up after that base hit to right field. Swinging at the first pitch. And Ronald Acuna is due up. Let's check in with Murph with the Major League Notebook.
All right, thanks, Tom. Brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College. And what a year Christian Yelich is having, we all know that. But apparently he has a flair for the dramatic as well. How about this story? Tonight in Milwaukee, Christian's youngest brother, Cameron, was on hand. He was part of throwing out the first pitch that Christian caught before the Milwaukee Brewers game tonight. Cameron was at his first Major League Baseball games in the last 4 years because he has been serving in the U.S. Marine Corps, but he was honorably discharged last week, and he decided to come out to Milwaukee to see his big brother play in the final regular season game before they head off to the postseason. And in that game, well, what did Christian do? He just decided in the first inning to hit another home run, a 2-run shot to dead center field to kind of cap off the evening. So a nice evening in Milwaukee for the Yelich brothers, and Christian just continues to kill it over there in Milwaukee. And what a night for New York Mets fans at Citi Field as that one slips into center field. David Wright getting a chance to kind of say farewell to the Mets fans. He was called on as a pinch hitter tonight in the 5th inning. Got obviously a huge ovation as he came up. His first Major League Baseball action since May of 2016. Got up there. He only saw 1 pitch, grounded out to third, but the whole weekend is going to be dedicated to David Wright. He's going to play in tomorrow's game. They expect he'll get 2 at-bats before being lifted and probably to a huge standing ovation at that point. He won't play on Sunday, but they are honoring him as well. So a great scene in New York for one of the franchise's great players, David Wright. It's a shame that injury is going to cut his career short. One of the really good guys in baseball as well.
The thought is, too, tomorrow that Reyes is going to start at shortstop while Wright starts at third. David will bat third in the lineup. And I think they said, I could be wrong, that Reyes will bat leadoff. It's kind of like the way it was when they first began their careers. Inciarte is 1 for 4. With 1 out, runners on first and second. And it's 0-1. How about this kid? Sabatka. His pitches exploded last week in Atlanta. In fact, when he was brought up after the first few outings, Brian Snitker said, "Where was this kid the whole year?" In the dirt, blocked by Knapp. Advancing to third is Tucker. Holding up at first is Acuna.
That's key there for Acuna to stay at first base, keep that double play in order.
Austin Davis loosening up for Freddie Freeman. every time a Phillies pitcher hits 95 miles per hour or more. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. And that's a base hit to the hole on the right side. A run will score. 6-1 Braves on top. Acuna holds up at second base. RBI single for Inciarte. And Freddie Freeman is due up. I don't know what you do if you're a manager when you're in a rut like this. I really don't. I mean, it seems like everybody that Gabe has brought in and put into a spot to get an out or 2 or 3 or 7 hasn't been able to do it without some damage being done.
Not an envious position, that's for sure.
I don't think for anybody, you know, and over the years we have seen this happen. Freeman slices one down the left field line. That's a base hit going to the corner. 1 run is in. Inciarte's around third. He's being waved home. And Cesar won't even make a throw. It's a 2-run double for Freddie Freeman. His 3rd double of the night.
His 44th of the season.
He can either let him sit and simmer a little bit more and try to get some outs, because Luis is certainly struggling. His ERA now for the season is over 6.
First pitch swinging is Freddie Freeman. We saw that
he's got way too good of stuff for his ERA to be over 6.
I could not agree more.
He's got way too good of stuff for his ERA to be over 4. Gabe Kapler heading out, and Austin Davis is coming in. So another pitching change for the Phillies, with 1 out here in the 8th inning. The Phillies trail the Braves 8-1. Energetic and community-driven women to serve as role models. Applications are due by the end of 2018, the calendar year, and then tryouts will be starting in 2019. Interested applicants should visit phillies.com/ballgirls. Austin Davis will come on to face Nick Markakis. First time that they are facing each other. Markakis has scored a run, 0 for 4. Well, the guy on the right is enjoying his first division crown. The guy on the left, Gabe Kapler, like everybody else, is not enjoying what's been happening here. You know, back several years ago, the Phillies ran into a Brewers team that I think was facing the same situation that the Phillies have been facing recently. It was just snowballing out of control. Even in 07 with the Mets, it was snowballing out of control. This has been a longer period. Yeah, but it's just, it doesn't matter what button you push. Nothing's working right now.
It's like a switch was flipped.
It's a totally different team. I mean, think about these last 5 games and what the Phillies have surrendered.
39 in Colorado.
But just think about even the hits.
Yeah.
So 13 hits, 14 hits, 16 hits, 9 hits, 15 hits. 13 runs, 14 runs, 10 runs, 10 runs, 14 runs, 5 runs, and now 8 runs. I mean, the hits alone. 13, 14, 16, 9, and 15. Out to left center field. Roman Quinn runs it down. Well, it's nothing nobody at home doesn't know. I look at it, just you just marvel at it. You really do. What did we say yesterday? You're left in awe. It's almost like it's something epic, but not in the good epic.
No.
Camargo fouls it off.
It's almost to a point where you're speechless. August 5th, right? Second best record in the National League.
Yep. I think he's kind of, you sit there and I think, and I don't know this, I mean, I didn't play at this level, but I think you sit there after every game and you feel like, all right, I'm going to clear the slate. Let's start over again. And then you get to the point, let's say here in the 8th inning, and you're looking up and you're like, we're down 8-1. 3-run score in the inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Phillies trail at 8-1. 1. They have one hit. The one hit came in the 4th inning. It was an RBI double by Odubel Herrera. And as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Braves will go back to their bullpen. And Chad Sabatka will be the new pitcher. And he'll face Knapp, Cousins, and Roman Quinn. 2.03 ERA, 19 strikeouts in 13 1/3. I think in the 4 games in Atlanta, I felt like I was most impressed with this kid because we hadn't seen him.
Chance to make the playoff roster?
I think so. I think he's on it. Knapp is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and he is struck out. Remains 0-2. Swing and a miss. Twelve strikeouts now for Braves pitching. Foltynewicz started the game, went 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, and struck out 9. So here's Cousins. Cousins struck out his last time up. Oh, and 1.
The Braves have had 16 runners in scoring position tonight. 16.
And there's a base hit for Dylan Cousins as he rips one into the corner. He runs well, so he's going to get at least to second. He's thinking about 3. Nope, he stumbled around second base, so he'll hold up. He had one of those hits in Denver, too. So 1 out double.
Turns on a fastball. Big, strong young man. Good swing.
Come on, 24.
Thought for a chance he was going for 3.
I think down 8-1 and riding an 8-game losing streak, he probably made the best decisions.
Yes, without a doubt.
But I'm with you. I mean, he probably could have gotten a 3rd. On the outside corner, 2-2 at 97.
97, but it's nothing you can do with that.
Roman Quinn strikes out for the third time tonight. 2 outs. Cesar is coming up. Coming up after the ball game, Amy Fadul is standing by with Ricky Bottalico for Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. They will chat about Eickhoff's first major league start in 13 months. The fact that he tied a franchise record with 7 consecutive strikeouts. Plus, they'll talk about the Braves offense tonight. And Foltynewicz continues his success against the Phillies. 1 hit, 5 innings, and 9 strikeouts. Outside, 2-0. Excel Rios.
He's got to be releasing it from 51, 52 feet, probably.
I don't know. He's got some good stuff, though.
Sure does. Watch how far in front of the rubber this ball is released. He's got some length.
A lot of legs involved there.
Yeah. It's good for him, though, for a big guy. He's not using all his arm, that's for sure.
And Cesar walks for the second time tonight.
Definitely getting those legs involved. That'll save your arm tremendously.
95 walks this year for Hernandez. And Justin Bour 0 for 3. Milwaukee's taking a 5-3 lead over Detroit, so the heat is still on Chicago, even though they have the lead. Boy, the Brewers. I don't know if I want to face them or the Rockies in the postseason. Well, honestly, I'd face anybody at this point, but those two teams are red hot. Easy play. 4-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. We move on to the 9th inning.
Freddie Freeman, a doubles machine. That's double number 42 in the 5th inning. Double number 43.
He's not going to hit another one, is he?
8th inning, might as well. Double number 44. He is just some kind of hitter and some kind of Philly killer. They are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Oh, 3 doubles for him, ties his career high. He did it earlier this year, back in April against Cincinnati. So Austin Davis will continue with Ozzie Albies at the plate, and he fouls the first pitch, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Albies will pick up the baseball. People helping people. Ball got a piece of Andrew Knapp. I wonder if they're texting each other. 1-1.
The ways of the world.
What's that? Fortnite?
It's 3 guys just on their phones.
2-1.
I will say that obviously the cell phones now can do whatever and people are always on them. But I can't believe how much the cell phone has replaced just the regular camera.
I would agree with that.
I mean, like we have a regular camera and a video camera.
And you don't use it?
We still use it.
Oh, you do?
We do. But now you never see someone walk around, few and far between, with a regular camera, like a
2 balls, 2 strikes to Albies. Out of play. It remains 2-2.
Jimmy Soloway.
Jimmy's got 2 cameras. He's finally loosened up. To left, and Reese will make the catch. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Tomorrow, the Phillies will send Aaron Nola to the mound, so it's your last chance to see Aaron Nola. Aaron is excited for his final start because he wants to finish strong, and he wants to stay for as long as he can in tomorrow's ball game. That's a 7:05 first pitch. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock. It'll be Nola against Anibal Sanchez. Flowers hits one out toward left. On the run is Reese. He dives. He can't get it. It's a nice effort. Good try. Flowers to second. So a 1-out double.
Great effort.
Top of the 9th inning, down 8-1. Lost 8 straight. And still busting it.
And this is just something that's, I think it's either in you or it's not.
He almost got that.
He
too.
sure did. Sign of a true leader. A guy you want to go to war with every day.
Culberson is 1 for 4. He has struck out twice. He has 2 RBIs. He's popped out. There's too much clay in Austin Davis's spike. He needs a tongue depressor. Dig it out a little bit.
So the key to those are the tongue depressor. You tape 2 together, and then you get a really sharp pair of scissors and cut it into a point.
Huh. That's something that hasn't changed over the years.
No, it has not. Good velocity here from Austin Davis tonight. That pitch at 95.
And through the hole on the right side, a base hit. Flowers to third to hold up there. First and third with 1 out. Lane Adams will pinch hit with runners on first and third and 1 out.
David Dahl just hit another homer. It's 5 games in a row. That's incredible.
Yeah, well, he's pushing either Carlos Gonzalez or Gerardo Parra to the bench because you can't sit him now. Ball and no strikes to Lane Adams. 1-1. Well, family's still enjoying their time at the ballpark, and why not? It's a beautiful place. Little feel of fall in the air tonight. It's supposed to be really nice tomorrow and Sunday as we wrap up the last 2 games of the season. Fan Appreciation Day is this Sunday. A lot of prizes and surprises. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You guys were on the road and had some really good weather, but Mother Nature is not too kind to us here in Delaware Valley.
I don't know, my lawn looks pretty thick today. That's low, 3-2.
I actually said to Meg this past week, I said, you know what, I think Annie was lying. She goes, Annie? Who's Annie? I said, little orphan Annie. I said, the sun will not come out tomorrow. It's been miserable.
And a strike 3 called. So 2 outs here in the 9th inning. And Acuna is coming up. Acuna is 2 for 5. They'll stay with the lefty Davis with Yaxel Rios warming up, so it'll be lefty on righty. And it's 0-1. This may be the last time we see Austin Davis. This is his 30th pitch. And a broken back ground ball through the hole on the left side. An RBI single. The head of the bat went spinning right past Davis. On the infield grass near shortstop. It's another RBI for Acuna, his 2nd of the night. And another hit for the Braves, the 18th of the night.
Well, he starts the game with 2 strikeouts swinging. Looking terrible. And then comes back. Back goes right over the head of the bat, goes right over the head of Austin Davis. But finishes with 3 singles after starting 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Oh, it's now 9-1 Atlanta. And Ciarte takes a breaking ball high, and it's 1-0. I believe Yaxel Rios is going to come in and face Freddie Freeman, I would think anyway. If Ender Inciarte gets on, there's ball 4. He is on. It's a lot of pitches for Austin Davis. So here comes Gabe Kapler. Another pitching change as Rios will come on with the bases loaded to face Freddie Freeman in a 9-1 game. So a tough At a great breaking ball. He struck out 8, including 7 straight, which tied a franchise record in his first start since August of last year, coming back from injury.
He had it going. He was able to establish the fastball early on in the ball game, and the curveball. We know him for his curveball. It just kept getting better and better and better. And this is a team sport, but I could not be happier for that man personally.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So Freddie Freeman is up against Yaxel Rios with the bases loaded. Freeman has 3 doubles tonight, which ties his career high. 44 on the year. He has now 96 runs batted in. Or 97, I should say. And he lines that one foul. In the dirt, 2-2. One thing about Yaxel is he's thrown a lot of breaking balls recently. He has a really good fastball. And now the 2-2 pitch. And a line drive, base hit to left field. 1 run is in. Rounding third, heading for home is Acuna. The throw to the plate, and he is safe at home plate.
If it stands, that'll be RBI's number 98 and 99 for Freddie Freeman.
Now, did he touch the plate, Ben? I think he's out.
He's out.
He never touched the plate. So Gabe Kapler will come out. They'll review this and they'll see that. Take an RBI away from Freddie Freeman. At least that's, I think, anyway. It's a nice job by Knapp. So they will take a look at it. I believe this inning will come to a close. That's like an old school block by Knapp. Got his foot down. Now, could they say that Andrew was blocking the plate? I don't think so. I think they gave him the backside of home. Jerry Lane's to your left. He is the crew chief. And then even if Andrew didn't tag him, he did eventually tag him, and Acuna never hit the plate.
No, he just never gets there.
Yeah, he should be out.
He still hasn't touched it.
I think they're looking to see if he got the plate. I think they're also going to look to see if he did give him enough of the plate. If you compare it to yesterday, it's pretty close. See, foot right on that. See, that's the way he was yesterday, and the ball's taking him into it. By the way, it was a good throw.
Excellent throw by Rhys Hoskins.
And I don't think his leg hit the plate.
It still hasn't.
No. And Andrew went back and tagged him just to make sure. Well, they're doing their best to blow it up, I think, just to make sure they can see it. It's a longer look than I thought. I thought it was pretty close or pretty obvious.
I think the only thing they're looking at, I mean, he's obviously out.
Whether he's blocking the play.
Whether he's blocking
I
the play
don't think
or not.
he is. I think he gave him enough of it. And I think the throw brought him into it.
After you catch it, you can take it away.
After you catch it, you can take it away. But yes, you can. But you also have to. You can't be there. All right, here we go. And he is out. Well, it went the Phillies' way. An assist for Rhys Hoskins. And a nice play by Andrew Knapp. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Phillies trail at 10-1. Let's take a look at that play by Rhys Hoskins. StatCast AI, powered by AWS, gives us a look at it.
It's a nice one hop, and Rhys in the air. Andrew Knapp, arm strength 89.6 miles per hour, 247 feet in the air.
So Vizcaíno will take over out on the mound for the Braves. J.P. Crawford is going to pinch hit for the Phils. It'll be Crawford, then Hoskins. JP's been banged up. That's why he hasn't been starting. Phillies have now allowed 10 runs or more in 4 of their last 5 ball games. They have been outscored right now 70-20 during this 8-game losing streak, which will most likely turn into 9. 1 ball and 1 strike. I think one of the more remarkable things about this and disappointing, disheartening things about this is that they were 15 over on the 7th of August, and they're going to wind up losing tonight, and they will not have a winning season.
It really is. And going into that August 7th, if you would have told me that, I said, you're out of your mind. There's no way that could happen.
Jason Stark said the other day it has never happened in baseball. The team 15 over at that point in the season, finishing under 500. 2-2 to Crawford. Must be a lot of mud out on the mound. Scano's got to peel it off. JP 216, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Popped up off third. Camargo. And 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. In the air to left center field. That is well hit. Inciarte is back, and it is gone. 34th home run of the year, 95 RBIs. And it's 10-2.
Can't tell me the baseball gods aren't shining down on Rhys Hoskins. Excellent throw in the last half inning. Top of the 9th, they cut down Acuna Jr. at home plate. We saw the diving effort he made on Tyler Flowers' ball. Hit down the left field line. What a short swing there. He knows it's gone. It's a long one.
Way inside, 1-0.
RBI number 95 for Rhys.
Inside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. In the history of the franchise, Rhys becomes the 28th player to hit 34 home runs or more in a season. Joining the likes, of course, Ryan Howard, Mike Schmidt, Jim Thome, Chuck Klein, the great Dick Allen. List goes on and on. The Bull, Pat Burrell. Schmidt's all over this list, of course. Jason Worth, Raul, and Raul had a good 2009.
Yes, he did.
Bondia has 34 home runs, 93 runs batted in, 272 average. And Santana draws a walk. And here comes Scott Kingery. Kingery lifts it to short right. Markakis comes sprinting in. Albies is out. Markakis makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Knapp takes a strike, 0-1. Andrew was busy taking some BP today and then looking at some video of that BP. Just trying to get his swing to where he would like it to be. I know there's 2 games left in the season, but just to kind of take it into the off season. Out toward right center. That's going to drop in for a hit. Santana will stop at second base. First and second, 2 outs. Dylan Cousins is coming up. That ends an 0 for 14 for Knapp.
Power versus power here.
Cousins doubled his last time up. Well, he decided to go with less power. In the air to right field. Is it fair or foul? It is a foul ball. Man has some power.
Didn't even sound like it off the bat how far it went.
It didn't sound like he got it right up on the sweet spot. You know, the one Reese hit earlier that was caught by Acuna sounded like he got it on the sweet spot. This one didn't. He did. Well, no, got it down toward the end.
Towards the end of the bat.
It just foul. Outside, 1-2. Rowan Quinn, he's had a tough night. He's on deck. One and two to Cousins. 2-2. Sam Freeman's is in the bullpen on call.
This is just a pitch count thing for Vizcaíno.
No question. Because he's just coming back over the last after the last week or so. They were happy to have him back. This would frustrate you, though, as a manager. Because you want to use him in high leverage situations in the postseason. Runners go. And a breaking ball. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. And here comes Brian Snitker. So with Roman Quinn coming up, you would imagine he's going to go with Sam Freeman. He hasn't made the call yet. There it is. So the Braves will make a pitching change with the lead at 8. The Phillies have the bases loaded. We'll be back. And Sam Freeman is the new pitcher. Come on, Ben, get up. Twisting shot. Come on.
What do you think of when you hear this song?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
There you go.
Can't believe you didn't get up and start dancing. We forgot to mention that you danced today with Jason and Sarah. Come on, Ben.
We walk together. You're not going to bully me into doing it again, partner.
I bet you we can get Kenny Ayers in here. There we go. I bet you we can get Kenny Ayers in here and he would do it.
Yeah, but you're doing it wrong.
No, he'll do this right. Look at that guy. That guy's digging it. He's the best out of all. I like his shirt too. All right, here's Roman Quinn. Come on, Roman. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. You get Sam Freeman here. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Two. Tigers have tied up the Brewers. That game's in the 8th inning now. 0-2 pitch to Roman Quinn. Fouls it off to the right. 2. Foul behind home plate. Phils have scored a run on the home run by Hoskins. And now the 1-2 again to Quinn. Down the way, 2-2.
Phils have put together some good at-bats in this inning. Definitely not giving any ABs away.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Quinn. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes to end the ball game. It's his 4th strikeout of the night, and the Phillies leave him loaded and lose it 10-2 to the Atlanta Braves. And despite being 15 over in the first week of August, the loss tonight assures the Phillies of a season that will be less than 500. And for the Braves, it's their 90th win, the first National League team to reach 90 wins in a season following 3 or more consecutive 90-loss seasons since the 91 Braves did it. It's also their 18th 90-win season since '62, second most in the National League with the Cardinals and the Giants. Our Chevrolet player of the game will be Mike Fultonevich. 9 strikeouts to put him over 200 strikeouts for the year. Just won 5 innings, but he was dominant for those 5 innings.
He sure was. 1 hit, 1 run, 9 strikeouts, 0 walks. He had the electric fastball, but got a lot of strikeouts with that good hard slider. He was really dominant today, and going to start game number 1 for the Braves in the playoffs. Of course, the Braves looking for home field advantage. Big smile on his face. He is your Chevrolet player of the game.
All right, so they took a step closer to that tonight. So Brian Snitker's team wins it 10-2. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.